We're back with the Out of Bounds Show. Sean Stacy, Mike Cardoza, and Wendy Edwards. Wendy, you know, there's a certain guy that's been in baseball, I don't know, something like 20 years. It's kind of winding down on his career. What's his name?
Derek Jeter.
Jeter, that's right. So, are we talking about Derek Jeter now?
We're always talking about Derek Jeter. So, he's had a great career. His legacy is
Magical.
He's amazing. He's just that guy. Everyone in all sports.
I wish I was Derek Jeter.
Everyone wishes they were.
On and off the field.
Mariah Carey, Cameron Diaz, Minka Kelly. Why not? So, all sports.
Surprised he hasn't been to Selena Gomez yet.
Oh, God. She's barely legal. Make it stop. So, he has respect from everyone, everywhere. Do you think that he would be the same, have the same legacy if he played in another market that is not New York?
Like a smaller market?
Yeah.
Like,
somewhere in the Midwest.
Kansas City?
Sure.
Midwest.
I think...
Minnesota. If he was a twin.
Twin Cities. No, actually, honestly, I think his averages, may not be as good. I think George Steinbrenner basically built the juggernaut that is the New York Yankees, and Derek Jeter, I wouldn't say he was protected. I think it assisted him having, guys like Bernie Williams, Tino Martinez, Alex Rodriguez batting around him, because pitchers didn't pitch around him. They had to pitch to him. And so that helps on base percentages, that helped his runs. He wasn't a big RBI guy ever, he wasn't a big home run guy. But I think because of the lineup he was in, those assisted his numbers. Now, his legacy as the captain, I think that would be completely different in a different market. Because after all, he's on the New York Yankees. He's not a one-time, not a two-time, but he's a 5-time World Series champion. And there's something to be said for rings. Just saying.
Okay, first off, captains are the catchers in baseball. But he's a good leader.
So you're saying...
And no pitcher wants to give a batter...
So you're saying...
no pitcher wants to pitch to a batter.
You would take Jorge Posada over Derek Jeter?
No.
Okay. Point taken and set certain
But what I'm
actions.
saying, Derek Jeter would still have the same legacy in any team.
To the team or to Major League Baseball?
To Major League Baseball. Well, you said
I think
market.
Because he's a Yankee.
Yeah, there's a certain...
He is a Yankee.
Je ne
They
sais
have
quoi.
a very high standard of grooming and how they want their players to present themselves.
So is the MLB league.
But the Yankees,
the league wants
no
you to
facial hair.
Johnny Damon
wants you to be.
Johnny Damon
your
looked like
outfit.
Jesus before he came to the Yankees. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, yes, that's true. Even some
Brian
Boston players that went to the Yankees, they got clean cut.
Johnny
Because
Damon.
Yeah.
that's the Yankees.
There's more.
But
George Steinbrenner built a juggernaut.
do you think he'll get voted into the Hall of Fame unanimously?
That hasn't been done.
No, just because of that reason.
So you think because this just hasn't been done, they don't want it to be done?
Yes, they won't let it happen.
You think some
I don't think if they haven't done
some
it.
guy will just randomly be like, no, we can't let that go.
There are
Yeah.
haters.
Not behind.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah,
Potatoes gonna potate.
behind the scenes of. No one's gonna come out and say no. I'm not gonna want that to happen.
Yeah. I definitely think there's guys that maybe should be in the Hall of Fame that aren't. But I think Derek Jeter might be. I think if anybody's gonna be the first unanimous player, it's gonna be Derek Jeter.
I agree. I can't disagree. I think there are a lot of good players. I think there's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of great markets. I think that he just carries himself in a way that is a level above a lot of people.
Derek Jeter.
And I think the Hall of Fame is it's the Hall of Fame. Those are the best players of the best.
Derek Jeter's been the ambassador of baseball for the last decade, and I think that alone would get him to be the first unanimous selection. But like I was saying before,
I think
guys.
Rebel's getting mad about your Rebel, the dog show mascot over there. He's getting
Yeah.
mad, riling him up.
He's getting a little buck wild.
Because
Control
he
yourself, Rebel.
thinks the Hall of Fame is kind of a sham. Because he thinks that there's some guys in there that shouldn't be in there. Maybe some guys who might have use steroids that.
Rebel is also Pete Rose fan.
I mean, look at him. He's a beast.
He's a
He's
beast.
a beast. That's not all natural.
Like the big red machine out there in Cincinnati. So I don't know speaking of Hall of Famers, Pete Rose, steroids guys. Pete Rose to me, I don't think yes, he's the all-time leader in hits in Major League Baseball, blah, 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 but he still cheated and bet on games, blue games, for his own benefit. Basically, he was taking money to lose games, taking money to take pitches, taking money to ground out or blow a play here.
Just said pictures, like he was from the East Coast.
Whatever, it comes out when I talk
But what
about
about
guys.
like Barry Bonds? Do you think?
See, the big thing about Barry Bonds is before he did the steroids, I think he was a legitimate Hall of Famer. I mean, he hit like 40 home runs, stole 40 bases like 5 years in a row. And this is before his head grew like a pumpkin.
Before he had no neck.
Yes. And so, I think that alone should give him some consideration. What about those other guys, though? Like Big Mac, Clemens, Sosa, do you think they should go in?
There's a lot of them. I think that if they have overall numbers.
What do you think, Mike? Should Mark McGwire be a Hall of Famer?
No. No one using roids.
What about Sammy Sosa? No, Sammy Sosa never got caught.
Ooh, he's famous.
Sammy Sosa.
Rappers.
But
think about it.
what has he done? Like and nobody heard of Sammy Sosa until he started hitting home runs.
Why, just because he's a Cub?
Maybe.
Why are you mad at the
Maybe.
Cubs?
Because the Cubs have a record of losing.
Wrigley Field.
We can't talk about winners
Rookie
and
of the year
losers anymore. Oh gosh. We're gonna have to call this a wrap on Major League Baseball for this episode, but we will have much more as the playoffs are heating up and things are getting wild.
I'm getting heated up right now.
He is. Calm down. Ice yourself. Ice bucket? No.
I don't know, challenge.
No,